All right, going over the math homework for tonight, we have been multiplying multiples of 10. So multiples of 10 would be all the numbers that you count by tens and they end in zeros: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Taking a multiple of 10 and multiplying it by a one-digit number. For example, here we have 4, 8, 2. And so teaching them just a fast strategy to use to solve these quickly. So for the first one, we had 80 times 2. So we teach them to just think about it as only 8 times 2 to cover up the 0 and think, what do we know about 8 times 2? That's a doubles fact, so they should know that 8 times 2 is 16, and then go back and add the 0 that they covered up to get to 160. Same thing here, 2 times 40, cover up the 0, and we have 2 times 4. That's a fast fact they should know. That's 8, and go back and add the 0. 8 times 50, so cover up the 0, and we see 8 times 5. Again, that's facts that they should quickly be able to solve. This one, they could easily count by 5s on their fingers 8 times if they need to. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then they go back and add the 0 to get to 400. So 2 times 60 would be like 2 times 6. That'd be 12. Go back and add a 0 to get to 120. 30 times 6, they're going to think about 3 times 6 is 18. Go back and add the 0. So they'll continue doing that for all of these. If they get to some bigger numbers or factors that they aren't sure of the facts, they can always rely on using scratch paper to draw a picture. For example, if we have 6 times 90, they might not know their 6s and they might not know their 9s. Those are a little bit trickier and higher up. So they could always go back and do 6 groups and put 9 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then they can go back and count those up if they needed to, just by ones, and then go back and add the 0. Some of them, instead of doing 6 groups of 9, they might do 6 groups of 90 and use 10 sticks instead. And then they won't have to go back and add the 0 if they just count up by tens. So it just kind of depends on whichever way they think about it. But they want to eventually see that I counted 54 ones or 540 tens, because 6 times 9 is 54. And then go back and add the 0. So for all of these, we have 5 times 80 here, which we're just reversing here. That's a commutative property that says I can flip-flop numbers. So again, I can count by 5s 8 times, get to 40 and add the 0. 40 times 6, well, we know 4 times 6 is 24. Go back and add the 0. 5 times 40, 5 times 4 is 20. Go back and add the 0 to get to 200. So they'll just continue that process through all of these problems. 8 times 80, 8 times 8 is 64. Go back and add the 0. And we've just kind of explained, if you get to one you're not sure of, when you're stuck, you don't freeze, you don't panic, just draw that many groups and either put that many ones in there and go back and add a 0 at the end, or put that many tens in there and count by tens and get your total. They will be able to use their scratch paper tomorrow if they need to draw anything out. But the main point of what we've been working on is just breaking down big facts into smaller facts they already know, and then going back and adding the 0 to get the right place value for their answer.